So I'd like to apologize if I sound weird. I was sick recently and I'm still not completely over it. But anyways, let's investigate everything here. Taka, he'll never move again. According to the Monokuma file, Taka died from a blow to the head. I found Justice Hammer 4 near his body in the equipment room. There's tarp laid out under his body. Did the killer use this to move Taka's body? That way there wouldn't be any blood left behind while the body was moved. Okay. What about you, Hifumi? Hifumi's big, cold body is laying on the floor. His really big body. I mean, how on earth was the killer able to move someone so big? From the nurse's office when he was discovered to here, the repository. All the way from the first floor to the third, on all without anyone noticing it. How the hell? It's no good, I just don't get it. I can think about it later. For now I have to finish investigating Hifumi himself. If I remember correctly, Hifumi's fatal injury was also a blow to the head. Probably from Justice Hammer 3, which was laying on the floor in the nurse's office. Huh? Wait. Something's off about his body. Why am I getting this feeling? Something's different. Something about Hifumi's body in the nurse's office versus his body right now. That's his glasses. When his body was in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But now they're completely clean. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses off? But who would do that and why? Simple. Because he was never dead in the nurse's office. Byakuya, do you think Hiro really did it? I don't see how anyone else could think otherwise. When the attacks and murders happened and disappearance all happened, everyone would have had an alibi. And the last thing Hifumi said when he died, yeah, he said Hiro's name.
So in other words...
Then there's no room to suspect anyone else. Okay, but if he did do it, why would he hide his identity with that weird costume? Maybe he thought that no matter what happened, he'd be safe as long as his face was covered. Because he's the fool of the century, you see. I mean, he is kinda dumb. But do you really think that's enough to explain it? I feel like there's a clue hiding in there somewhere.
What?
And is that it? That's all that bothers you about the case? Well, no, there are a few other things. Like, why did the killer try to hide the bodies? They probably figured that if we couldn't find the bodies, we couldn't complete our investigation. But if that's the case, we found the bodies pretty easily, didn't we? Again, it comes back to the fact that the culprit was a moron. Is that really all there is to it? The other thing that bothers me is, why they bother killing 2 people?
What?
Because all the rule says is, if you can kill someone and get away with it, you graduate, right? So if you're the killer, your #1 priority is not getting caught. But killing 2 people means more clues, more chances you'll get found out.
I see.
Hold on, perhaps... I see, so that's what this means. It means that Hifumi was an accomplice, but he didn't realize it, and then they killed him, so he wouldn't say anything. Is everything okay?
That's enough.
Don't talk to me as if we're friends. What's with the attitude? But you have my appreciation.
Goodbye.
Thanks to you, I might have some fun with this after all. His mysterious words hung in the air as he left the repository. He talked as if he'd figured something out. But if he did, would it have killed him to tell me what it was? Yes, it actually would have. Okay, Sakura, what's up? There are many aspects to this incident this time. Too many, to be honest. Considering that, it may be good to look back on everything that's happened.
So then...
Would you like my help? Sure. Yeah, let's look back on things. And that brings us up to now.
However...
Looking back, things have certainly been very active. If you want to look back at the case again, let me know. Okay, that's all I needed. I needed a little bit of a refresher. But that kind of helps me. Because why would the body announcement discovery play twice, but only one time when 2 bodies were discovered, and another time when both of these bodies were discovered after Hifumi had died? There's definitely a lock on the door, but it can only be locked from inside the repository. I don't see any way to lock it from the art room. Okay. There are hammers of all different... Okay, yeah. Mallets. Could the Justice Hammers have been designed using these as a model? Either way, all the hammers here have obviously seen a lot of use. They are covered in debris and chalky stone powder. Wait. For some reason, this one hammer isn't dirty at all. And it's wet. Did someone wash it recently? Spotless hammer. Oh. Okay. So nothing else much here. Oh, this could have been used to transport his body. Doesn't have a handle. Saw this armor before. Guess it's used to move statues around. Huh? But wait. Wasn't this in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? And look at the wheel. There's a blood stain on it. So there's some blood on the wheel of Dolly that was removed from the equipment room to the repository. What's the explanation for that? To move the bodies. Or the body. Alright. Hina, what do you got?
So,
Code, I've been thinking about something. It's about the repository. What is it? After Hifumi and Taka's dead bodies disappeared, we split up to look around, right? I was really scared, so me and Sakura stuck together.
But...
And we came right to the repository to, you know, look around. But when we got here, the repository was locked. We couldn't get inside. It was locked. And we came here as soon as the search started, so there's no way someone could have beat us here. So if that's true, then who locked it, and why is it unlocked now? I wonder the same thing. The door was locked when the search for the bodies began, but now it's wide open. There might be some secret lurking in there. I'll probably have to leave this area to figure it out. Yeah. The door can only be locked on the inside of the repository. Which makes me wonder. Hina and Sakura both confirmed that the body was locked after the search for the bodies began. The door is designed to only be locked from inside the repository. In other words, when Hina checked it, somebody had already gone in the repository and locked the door. When they were done, they unlocked it and left, which is why it's unlocked now. So that certain someone... Hina claims that there's no way someone could have beaten them to the repository. Was the killer still roaming free? Or was it one of the victims? There's gotta be a clue around here somewhere. First the nurse's office where Hifumi was found, then the equipment room where Taka was found. Okay. Let's get out of here. Now, if I could find Kyoko, she could help me figure out this whole mess. But since she's kind of AWOL at the moment... I don't know why I'm immediately going downstairs when I could just check the first room, which is the physics lab. But, you know, who cares? Sue me. Oh, hi Celeste. What are you investigating, Celeste? I'm not investigating anything, precisely speaking. I'm simply going around seeing if Hiro might be hiding somewhere. What about you? Oh, you know, I'm just checking this and that. The main thing on my mind is how someone could have moved Hifumi's body.
let's see.
How Hifumi was moved, huh? When it disappeared, you were supposed to be in here in the nurse's office, right?
Yes,
Correct.
indeed.
Hina was not feeling well, so I stayed behind to look after her. But she seemed to be getting worse, so I took her to the bathroom. And when we got back, the body was gone. We could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. Yeah, Hina said the same thing. So then the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time?
Indeed.
It would seem so. To carry off someone as big as Hifumi in only a couple of minutes is... I can't think of it as anything less than impossible. Huh. Alright, Justice Mallet. The one that was used to kill Hifumi. Someone moved the body, but left the weapon behind. Okay. Information. Yes, I would like some of that. After everything I've been through, I'm totally parched. Maybe just a quick peek. There's a bunch of blood packets in here. For blood transfusions, I guess. Yep, this just adds to the theory. He poured a bunch of blood out. Doesn't help me, though. I'm not a vampire. Hold on. Trash can. It's just a normal trash can. There's something inside. Too small to be a handkerchief. It's a glasses cleaning cloth. There we go. It's got some kind of cartoon character on it. But it's covered in blood. Ah, did you find something? Yeah, there was a cleaning cloth in the trash can.
Huh?
A cleaning cloth? It's all bloody. Whoever this belonged to must have used it to wipe up some blood. Who wouldn't you do something like that? I haven't the slightest idea. Yeah, me either, but I think it might be important. Who else wears glasses in this place? Oh yeah, Hifumi. I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name, but it's how I will pronounce his name for the rest of eternity. Oh yeah, that's right. I just have to go to the... Alright, physics lab. Ah, hello Genocide Jill. Just as Hammer 4, the weapon was used to kill Taka. The body was moved, but the murder weapon was just left here. But why is there no blood around it though? What the? Sorry, my phone went off. Okay. There's some kind of tire mark going through the pool of blood in the middle of the room. It reminds me, about the dolly in the repository. There was blood on its tire. Could that blood have come from here? Which could mean that Taka's body was moved from the equipment room to the repository using the dolly. Both rooms are on the 3rd floor, so that should definitely have been possible. But even if the dolly was used to move Taka's body, what about Hifumi? Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office on the 1st floor. Even with the dolly, there's no way to get it up to the 3rd floor. That's still a total mystery. I was sleeping right here when the killer carried the body away. I'm super pissed I missed such an ultimately rare event. Yeah, so am I, Toko. Or Genocide Chill. Huh? This tarp? I feel like I've seen it somewhere before, and just recently too. That's because you have. Wait, there was something over here. Or maybe it was just her. Probably just her. Well, that's all there is in here. So this is where you were. I've been looking for you. You have? I wanted to thank you for what you did. Byakuya. This is rare? Not that you meant to, but you ended up making this little game of ours very interesting indeed. You should go to Hiro's room. Oh, and let me give you this. This is a note Hiro wrote to get us all to meet up, right? You remember well. Well, the penmanship was pretty remarkable, so it left an impression.
It's all clear.
Anyway, this makes it clear, right? This is a trap. What is? Things grow ever more exciting. What are you talking about? I've already repaid my debt. I don't owe you any more explanation.
Goodbye.
And just like that, he was gone. So I said to go to Hiro's room, but what's waiting for me there? Well, there's only one way to find out, Makoto, my boy. And his is on the far. Oh, how do I get rid of this map? Okay, there we go. The door is unlocked? I guess I can go inside. Yaki did say to go look. It might not be a great idea, but I'm going to take the plunge. Whoa. He decked his place out. There's all kind of weird things in here. Where'd he even get it all from? More importantly, he still hasn't turned up. Which means he can't really complain if I don't get his permission to search his room, right? I think there's something in the cardboard box. It's blueprints for something, and something's made out of, it looks like cardboard, plastic, and plaster? Is this Robo Justice? It's in Hiro's room. But wait, these blueprints. Something about them bothers me. The penmanship. The penmanship. Soundlessly check the bathroom. There's nothing in there. Pretty grungy, though. How does the bathroom even get this dirty? Oh, you know. It happens. Alright. It's a normal bed, pretty much like the one in my room. Okay. Oh, that's right. I can... What's the button? I can't remember the button. But I guess that's it. I guess that's all I have to look for. Dakota, big news, big news! What's wrong? We found Kyoko! What? Is she okay? Where is she? Wait, I wasn't done. There's more big news.
Just a second.
Robo Justice showed up too! Robo Justice? It's Hiro wearing the costume.
Okay.
Anyway, as soon as you can, head to the pool on the second floor. I think Hiro and Kyoko would turn up at the same time. Anyway, I have to head to the pool. I ran up to the second floor as fast as I could. There they are. Kyoko, and...
I mean...
Phew, man, have I had the worst day. Hiro? Hiro.
Huh?
Haha, yeah, duh, who else would I be? That's a good question.
Huh?
Huh? What? Why do I look like this? What, did someone come along and remodel me while I was sleeping? Well, shut up. Did someone come along and remodel me while I was sleeping? Was it the Illuminati? Did the Illuminati come along and remodel me in my sleep? Okay.
Right.
I found Hiro. He was jammed in the pool locker room. Luckily he was fast asleep, so I kicked him and he woke up.
Don't be mean.
I still can't believe you kicked me. You could have been a little gentle about it, like, I don't know, caress my face or something.
What?
That's creepy. Anyway, I like how she thinks it's creepy to caress his face, but doesn't think at all of the fact that she just kicks him, like, get up. Anyway, Kyoko, where have you been all this time? You just disappeared all of a sudden without a trace.
Well.
There's something I had to check up on. What do you mean? Never mind. I can't never mind.
It's nothing.
Never mind.
Hey.
More importantly, she says that, but does she have any idea? Does she know people might think she's spying for the Illuminati?
And?
First of all, Hiro, you need to explain to us why you're dressed like that.
I mean...
Oh, well, I mean, I have no idea. 1 second I was asleep, I don't even know how this happened. Then I woke up and I was here. I don't care. Do something about that costume. It pains me just to look at you.
Huh?
Well, I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help? Why would you make something you can't take off by yourself?
Got it all
I didn't make
wrong.
this stupid friggin' thing.
It would seem.
There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him. It took everyone's help, but slowly we were able to get Hiro out of the suit. It took a few minutes, but eventually we got all the pieces off. Phew, free at last. Isn't it kind of weird how perfectly the suit fits Hiro?
So then.
More to the point, nobody but Hiro would be able to wear the costume. Wait, what? Hold on a sec.
Honestly.
Don't bother trying to act innocent. The blueprints were in your room as well.
Is that okay?
In other words, it's obvious to everyone that you made this costume. That's true. I saw the blueprints myself. Yeah, me too.
Could it be?
That's obvious. I want to put this costume on and went around attacking everyone.
That's
It was Hiro. Shall we tie him up and gag him?
just the worst.
Good idea. We wouldn't want him killing anyone else, even though that's not physically possible by the rules. Tie me up? Hold on, guys. I think that's going a little far.
That's right.
He may be a suspect, but he deserves fair treatment. Yeah, I mean, attacking? Blueprints? I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
What the heck?
You can't talk your way out of this. It's been decided. You killed them. What? Killed who? I have no idea what you're talking about. There must be a fake Hiro running around.
What are you saying?
You're the only one who can wear this costume. So who else could possibly be the costumed attacker?
What the heck?
How do you know I'm the only one? Maybe you should try it on for yourself before you convict me.
Okay.
Fine, if you're going to be a jerk about it, I will. Without missing a beat, Hina started putting on the Robo Justice costume.
See? Look. See how loose it is? I mean, come on. I'm I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me!
And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's not a very nice thing to say. I mean, it's not like I made it. I just got caught up in the moment.
Well, either way, now we know for sure, right? I mean, it seems pretty clear that nobody but Hiro could have fit into this dumb costume.
In a huff, Hida took the suit back off again. Well, now you're all out of excuses. No, see, it's because you're a girl. If it was another guy, then... Makoto, go ahead. Of course you volunteer me when you have the legs. Okay. Against my will, I pick the pieces off the floor and try putting them on. It's no good. The arms are too long. There's no way I can wear this.
Just a second.
See, I told you it was impossible. You're absolutely right. It seems the costume was made to fit Hiro's body exactly.
But...
Then there's another costume. They must have one that looks the same but fits them.
Honestly.
If you insist on this line of defense, then show us some evidence.
what the heck?
Evidence? You claim there's another suit, yes? Then you must find it and show it to us. What the heck?
Just the worst.
Who cares? Hiro's the only one without an alibi during this whole thing anyway.
That's terrible.
That's how we know it was him. I mean, is that really true? I have no idea what's been happening. Could someone, like, tell me?
What the heck?
If you don't tell me what's going on, how am I supposed to understand? I think I figured out that someone's been killed, right? Hey, Makoto, who was it? Well, 2 people were killed. Taka and Hifumi. What? 2 people?
Just the worst.
Why are you freaking out? You did it. I did not. Wait, hold on. Those 2 are the ones that were killed.
How about that?
That's it. I know who did it.
So then.
You may as well tell us then. Taka and Hifumi were fighting over Alter Ego, right?
I'm at least
Which means
30%
Alter Ego
right.
and Hiro must have done it.
Correct.
I see. That's unfortunate. Unfortunate?
What the heck?
Stop trying to trick us. Just admit that you did it, okay? I'm telling you, you got it all wrong.
Oh,
I know, that
so
note.
then.
Note? Last night, someone slipped a weird note under my door. And here's what it said. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else. For now, let's meet at the rec room at 1 a.m. The last thing I remember is going to the rec room, then for some reason I fell asleep.
Hey.
The real killer probably drugged me or something.
Just the worst.
Not a chance.
So.
No, hold on. He could be onto something. The nurse office did have chemicals that could do that.
Huh?
Really? I told you, someone's trying to set me up. A secret passage, a chance to escape. Someone wrote that all to trick me. Even if that's true, you must be one dumb fish to bite every piece of bait that floats in front of you. Well, after being trapped here for so long, even if you know it's a lie, you still gotta check, right? They preyed on my desire to get out of here. They deceived me. I still don't buy it.
Don't be mean.
Well, you should buy it.
Just a second.
Okay, then show us the note. With pleasure. I have it right here in my, pocket.
No
Looks like I lost it. Yeah, sure. Please, you gotta believe me. It wouldn't hurt a fly. As I said before, if you want us to believe you, you must produce evidence. Can you show us the note? I have no particular issue with what you claim, but if you want us to believe you, give us a reason. What the heck, for serious? Now then, shall we resume our investigation? There's no time to waste before the class trial begins. Why do we need to keep investigating? We already know who did it.
What the heck?
Why? Why did you kill us? Kill them. Tell us, Hiro. No, it's like I said.
Just the worst.
Was it really to get the money Monokuma offered us? Yeah, that must be it. You must be totally broke, and that's why... Wait, that's a false accusation. Someone help me.
What are you saying?
Just be thankful we haven't bound and gagged you. If you have time to yell and carry on, you have time to search for your evidence, right? Oh, you're right. I need to look for the second suit in that note. Feet, don't fail me now. I guess I better get back to the guard duty. I was gonna ask Toko, or Genocide Jack, to switch with me. But if she and Sakura got into a fight, we'd have a catastrophe on our hands. Well, bye. One by one, everyone peeled away.
Makoto.
Makoto, do you have a second? Also, I just want to say, I figured out where she was this whole time. She just needs to go to the bathroom a lot. That's where she went. For like 3 hours. I want you to help me with the investigation.
It would seem.
Looks like I got a late start on this one, so I need to make up some ground. Sure, I don't mind helping, but can you promise me something? Later, when we have time, will you tell me why you disappeared?
Why is that?
No. reject me so simply?
Anyway,
I need your help. You don't mind, do you? Okay.
shall we go?
Thanks. Now then, shall we?
Hey,
So, Makoto, first I'd like to examine the corpses. Can't believe I'm hearing that from a girl the same age as me.
correct.
Dead bodies don't lie, you know. They tell the truth far more easily than living.
Hey,
Wouldn't you agree? How am I supposed to answer?
anyway,
I have to hurry before the class trial begins again. You're right. Okay, then show me where the bodies are. They're in the repository. Then I guess we should head that way for now. Onward, merry band. The stairs are right here. Why does it start me here when... You know, I'm not going to think about it too hard. Hifumi and Taka. For a moment, Kyoko seemed to go rigid. But only for a moment.
so then,
Well then, let's get started. She crouched down next to Taka and without hesitation began poking and prodding the bodies.
I knew it.
Monokuma File was right. They were killed using similar weapons. Her movements were so smooth. She was so calm. Seeing how comfortable she was actually made me feel a little more comfortable.
I see.
Makoto, I found something. You did?
Hey,
You remember the wristwatch Taka always wore on his left hand? He did?
whew,
Are you so oblivious to the people around you? Do you dislike other people that much? No, that's not it. Anyway, you said he had a watch?
so then,
Take a look. It's broken. You can see the hands aren't moving, right? That says 6 o'clock. Or no. Am I thinking about that wrong? Most likely broke when he had his encounter with his assailant. If you notice, the hands are frozen just past... Yep, I was right, 6 o'clock. So that would mean the watch was broken sometime just after 6?
that's right.
But last night, Taka's watch definitely wasn't broken. Huh. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all the boys and girls.
In other words,
So if it worked at 10 last night, it couldn't have been broken at 6 p.m. Meaning it must have happened 6 this morning. So Taka was killed at 6. Celeste was attacked at 7. Huh.
however,
And that's not all. Look at Taka's left hand. He appears to be gripping something. You're right, there's something white in there.
Makoto,
Can you try to pry it out? Me?
because
Richard Mortis has already said in. Boys are better suited to this kind of manual labor, right? Okay. As much as I didn't want to, I grasped Taka's cold hand. The ice cold hand was nearly enough to cause my heart to stop beating. After some effort, I was finally able to free the object from its tightly clenched fist. A piece of paper?
hey,
Was that all he had in his hand? Yeah, that's it. Just a little scrap of paper. Doesn't seem like much of a clue, does it?
is that right?
I wonder about that. Kyoko then turned to Hifumi's body.
So then,
Let's check Hifumi's body now. Perhaps he's left us a few clues of his own. Kiyotaka's scrap of paper. Okay. So. Taka was attacked at 6. Because he was drawn in by the same note that got Hiro. The note that said, hey, I found a way to escape, or hey, I know where Alter Ego is, or something to draw him out. But who killed Hifumi is what I'm wondering, because it's obvious that Hifumi wasn't dead until just now, or until he came in here. But who killed Hifumi? Biggest problem I have right now is how the killer was able to move a massive corpse. All the way from the first to the second, or first to the third, on all without anyone noticing it. Got some covered in blood. Now they're spotless. Okay, Kyoko. So, did you find anything?
indeed,
I did, more than I expected, to be honest. Look at this. A wad of paper?
that's right.
Hifumi had it hidden on him. Hidden?
Indeed,
He'd stuffed it in his pants, so I can only assume he'd hidden it on purpose, you see? In his pants! Wait, so you...
why is that?
It was just his pants, not like his socks or something. What? I don't know what that means.
Hey,
Anyway, let's take a look at the paper. Go ahead, Makoto. Open it up. When I think of how it was stuffed down his pants, it's like... It better be important, Hifumi, or I'll never forgive you for this. Oh! Found a hole so maybe we can use it to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now.
So...
That sounds very familiar. That's it. It's the same thing Hiro said. And he was telling us the truth.
However...
Although it's not exactly the same, is it? Oh, he said 1 a.m. The time's different. Hiro told us his note said 1 a.m. But the note they wrote to Hifumi asked him to meet at 6.
Is that right?
Hold on, just because Hifumi had the note doesn't mean it was meant for him.
So...
Part of it had been torn off, right? I think there's likely some meaning here. Some meaning to the part of it being ripped? Could you maybe explain a little more? Think carefully.
Hey.
Why would he have been clutching that scrap of paper so tightly? I have no idea.
So then...
What if it wasn't just a scrap of paper when he was holding it? What if it was something more important? And how would something important like that become a mere scrap of paper? That's what you need to answer.
Hey.
While we're at it, I should tell you one other thing. The two victims this time definitely had their e-handbooks on them. So the handbooks have nothing to do with how the murders were carried out. Not that there was any reason to think they were connected to the killings in the first place. So you're saying I don't have to think about the notebook handbooks this time, right?
Is that right?
If you didn't have time to think about them at all, I wouldn't have gone out of my way to mention it. All I said is they weren't used to help carry out the murders. There may come a point, however, where a handbook may play a role. A handbook may play a role? I don't think I understand. But if Goku thinks it's important, I better keep it in mind. Okay. Oh no.
Are you excited? Are you pumped? It's time for the class trial to begin! Like the bright burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death. And so, with no further ado, everyone please meet at the usual spot. Make your way to the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
It would seem...
It's unfortunate, but I suppose it's where our investigation comes to an end. You'll have to figure out the rest for yourself and come to the proper conclusion. You're right.
Shall we go?
We better go. Okay, really fast though. No, it'll give me a chance to review the evidence. As soon as we were all there. Whoa!
Monokuma appears!
Hello! He's multiplied?
Wrong!
Nope, not multiplication. It just looks that way because you have an illusion. That movie so fast it only looks like I've multiplied. Can you guys tell which one's the real Monokuma? Can we just get on the elevator already?
Boy!
You're not playing along.
Stop talking.
We're not here to play with you.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Hey!
And if everyone's here and ready to go, please board the pain train, or elevator. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Okay then, shall we? Hold on, I'm not mentally prepared yet.
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, Hiro. You're gonna pay for your sins.
What the heck?
I told you already, I didn't do it, for serious. That reminds me, did you ever find the other costume, or the note? Well, no, but... How unfortunate, that would seem we have our culprit.
Hey.
This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
She's right, let's get down there first. Then the story can really begin. Good idea. That's right. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive. And for the two that lost their lives. The one who killed Hifumi and Taka. The one who killed two of our friends. The killer is... you! Celeste. It would appear the culprit has been confirmed. The trial will be over in no time. I took one last deep breath and exhaled slowly. Once everyone was aboard, the doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move. The clunking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we settled all this, we couldn't go anywhere. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator doors slid open, opening up onto a cruel fate. When I see all of you gathered together like this, I realize just how few of you there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax.
Just the one.
Only because of you. Why? Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other?
What?
What? Do you really hate me so much? But I'm so cute.
Come on.
Stop gooping around and begin the trial. Don't rush me. Of course I'm going to start it. I'd never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after the commercial break. I'd never hold out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats. And so, the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. A deadly class trial. Okay, so first, I would like to say that I didn't get any skills this time. And also, thanks to everyone who told me what Kyoko likes, because I would not have figured out any of that on my own. But, let's see the truth blows, because there's one I want to look at really fast. Wait, no, where's the picture? Oh, because the picture was never added to the truth bullet section. I wanted to look at the picture from Celeste's camera, because I wanted to see if it looked like Hifumi was really being dragged away, or if Hifumi was carrying something and looked scared because the weight was going to crush him. And also, what's this about an e-handbook? Owner's name is displayed each time the handbook is booted up. It's believed that no handbooks were involved in the killings. Okay. Alright. Let's do this.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it.
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit.
Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't. Someone knocked me out. I was asleep the whole time. I don't know anything about it.
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
This is the longest stretch of time I've heard her talk, and I love it.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know. I don't know.
Is Hiro really the killer, or... For anything else, we have to make that clear. Rebel Justice costume, Hero Messenger, Rebel Justice blueprints. Alright.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No, just hold on a second.
Oh. Compelling evidence that Hiro's the killer. Okay, hold on.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the
No,
culprit.
I missed it.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are...
Yes, there we go.
No, that's wrong.
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints,
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
There we go.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
You would have to really concentrate to make it that bad.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
Indeed.
And he's not the only one. I think Hiro's innocent as well.
My boy.
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
No.
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
Tell him, Naegi. You got it, buddy. And of course, he passes it off to me.
So, who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
The suspicious individual question, the one that must have been the suit, it was Hiro.
I got it! Other than Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit, and we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
But he said he was asleep.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
The distinction is clear.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
Red herring, just like I said.
What? Now that's a bold assumption.
Indeed.
And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
He is the boss.
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
Things that were used to move Taka's body. They must have been a blue dolly
I got it!
and the tarp. There's still one more thing.
I got it! They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
What's with that attitude?
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that up until then was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tar. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository,
So too did the dolly.
so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right?
Indeed.
But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
How could you be mistaken about that?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway.
Shut up, Celeste.
We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
Really struggling to still love you right now. Wow, I've never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean. But maybe I can change your mind. If I can just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. A new element is added to the bullet time battles. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. Let's talk about reloading. Starting with this next bullet time battle, we're going to add one more ingredient to the recipe. On the bottom of the screen, underneath the tempo marker, you'll see your ammo count. Up until now, there hasn't really been a limit on how you destroy your opponent's statements. But from now on, just locking on and pressing the left mouse button won't be enough to handle them. Now it'll cost you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements no matter how locked on you are. However, you can reload by pressing the tab key. Just like locking on, you'll have to press the tab key in time with the tempo marker. Basically, just remember the tab key now has a function along with the left mouse button and right mouse buttons. You'll automatically reload at the start of fever time and your ammo will not decrease. Oh, but if your action difficulty sounds gentle, you won't have to reload at all. Well, I'm not on that. I don't like these.
You had it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You had it wrong. I cannot
Oh no,
agree.
oh no!
You are a fool.
I've...
So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere.
Oh
Do your
dear.
worst, you miserable
No!
wretch.
Celeste, I need to shoot you!
You miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere.
Yes! How did I do that? How did I pull that out of my ass? Holy
This
shit!
should prove it.
I did it!
If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Jeez, does Celeste really hate me that much?
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Thanks, Byakuya, for throwing me that. Thank you.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
A red herring.
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
You can't bend at the waist. What does he mean by that? Simple. You cannot bend at the waist.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room.
Yes.
And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
Hey.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together, remember?
I'm blind as a bat in here, can't see my feet at all. I'm sorry she got anywhere in this thing. Not to mention, you really can't bend at the waist.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Indeed.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
Thank you, Genocide Jill, for your input.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
And risk being seen? Because you can't take it off by yourself.
I got it! I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember...
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. Why'd you make something you can't take off by yourself? I didn't make the stupid freaking thing. Yep.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
Now don't you feel foolish?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took?
I have not forgotten about it, but I wanted to look at it, but I couldn't.
You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice?
Here's the thing I wanted to say. Okay, look at this. Doesn't look, because if he was being dragged away, wouldn't he be pulled back? And also, why would Celeste be allowed to stand up while this picture's being taken? Hifumi looks like he's being crushed by that thing with Hero inside. Meaning Hifumi and Celeste were in on it. Celeste is trying to... Celeste? Wait. It's Celeste. No wonder she's talking so much.
If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How did you get hurt? That guy hit me. What guy? Robo Justice. Or that's what I decided to call him just now.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question.
Oh, you're absolutely right, my dear.
The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hero, without a doubt.
Haha, no.
Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Hold on a second.
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion.
Thank you, Kyoko.
Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
You may be right.
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
I already know that. She was in the bathroom.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo-Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
What's wrong? Saw a shadow of something moving around the top of the stairs.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. The strange costumed man, he ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down to the hallway and disappeared.
and then...
Ungia! What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. It's bad. Come on, we have to go back.
At that point, we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor, to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
Hifumi's body's disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
This cannot be happening. Are we hallucinating all this or something?
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
I think that about covers it.
Indeed.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
The contradictions hidden in what happened to Taka. In order to uncover the truth of this case, I have to find them no matter what. Alright. I'm pumped up. Let's do this.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice
No, wait.
Hammers.
Yes, but...
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
I need... Okay. That's bothering me. Okay, I know where it is.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before, or perhaps it was after.
We already know what order they were killed in.
Oh, what? Momoko, don't scare me like that. Okay. Okay.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know.
Wait, what was Monokuma File 3? What was Monokuma File 3? I can't remember. I can't remember what Monokuma File 3 is. Oh, okay, thank God I can look at them. Okay, thought they were killed with a similar weapon. Okay, so that's not really what I need. Forever meet. That's all it says. Just past 6.
Taka came last.
Wait, no, wait,
What
what?
makes you say that?
Wait.
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
So,
Oh, Monokuma File 3.
regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he
Died before perhaps it was. We already know what order Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice
Please be right.
Hammers.
Oh no!
Shoot!
I died. I thought I was gonna finish this one without failing. I tried. I thought I could finish this one without failing. Alright, we're giving it another shot.
I refuse to give up yet.
Okay. So it has to be the message. Because Yasuhiro's message says that... Let's see. No. No. What? If Yasuhiro's message just says meet in the dining hall... Broken Wristwatch says 6... And the Monokuma File 3 said that's just who they were. So it has to be the watch. Regarding Taka's death...
I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the number.
It's true that he while Taka's dead.
Okay.
See?
It needs to be it's obvious. Okay, hold on.
So, I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in.
What?
Shoot!
Oh, wait, hold on.
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed
With just while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came
So,
regarding, I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed.
There we go, finally. Holy shit, I forgot that was a thing I could do.
Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi?
Indeed.
Okay then, let's see the proof.
The wristwatch, my friend. The wristwatch. Hangman's Gambit. Okay. Wrist. Where's the eye? Eye. Okay. Where's he? And H. H. Not H. Hello. Oh, there it is.
Now I understand. I've got it. Taka's wristwatch. See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
it must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night...
Hey, you, how long were you going to keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know.
So if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
Oh, that's true.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder. But all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
Huh? What was that? Came from downstairs? Must have been Hifumi.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body.
That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
Nope.
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Yes, but Hifumi was the only one we couldn't account for, because we all assumed he was dead.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway. In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said...
We could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. So then the killer was able to get in and move out Hifumi's body in that short amount of time?
His body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the 3rd in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
Tell me that you came to the same conclusion as me, Kyoko. Please tell me I haven't been talking out my ass this whole time.
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
Yes!